Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Tuesday, September 23rd, 2014. Alrighty, yesterday's existing home sales announcement, not so good. Missed the number by, well, we can take a look at it here. They were expecting 5.18 million and got 5.05 million. Taking a look at the chart and applying charting theory to it, we have a lower high, and we'll see if this keeps moving down and gives us a lower low. When you have a labor force participation rate that is sinking, then you're going to have a hard time with people buying houses. And I don't see a lot of houses being built, but I see apartment buildings going up like they're popping up like weeds on my lawn. So for today, more housing here in the FHFA House Price Index, which is not starred, but PMI Manufacturing Index Flash is. And that's it for today. Looking ahead to the rest of this week, it's pretty much an average week. The Fed is staying out, outside of a couple of, what do they call them? Trustees or members or whoever they are. Chiefs, local chiefs, yeah. Never mind. Anyway, let's take a look at what's going on across the pond. Over in Asia. Mostly bearish, not shockingly so, and in Europe, pretty bearish. Everybody's above the 0.5%, which makes it a firm move. I wouldn't say strong, but firm. And was there anything else of interest here? Well, not a whole heck of a lot. Not much at all. Okay, so let's just get out of there and come over and take a look at the futures here in the U.S. We're looking at a down open right now, negative 47 on the Dow, but pretty much we look at the percentages. Don't look at the numbers so much, because on some of these the numbers can be huge. When you're looking at 17,048, how big is 48? Well, it's 1/4%. And the Russell is already 0.5%, which is pretty big for pre-market. Okay, here we go. We have currently in AMZN, which is working out pretty nice, and then yesterday the alert went out for Priceline. And I got in at about 10:40, I think, in the morning or so. We'll take a look at those as we go through the A+ list. And I think I'll fix this permanently now. A+, I put a plus sign in here and it disappears. So I'm just going to put plus in here as a word. So now we should be ready to rock and roll. Let's take a look at Apple. First off, alright, coming down here, we have a setup on Apple. And this would be a bull put. It's slightly questionable because we didn't quite get up to the 80 that we like to. So it's sort of a weak setup, but a setup nonetheless. So we're going to take it for what we see, and we'll move our target over here to illustrate this. We'll watch to see what happens today. We do have MACD heading down, so you can kind of be careful if the market, if we're in a bear market and you're looking at bullish trades, just keep that in mind. That it's going to be sort of like salmon going upstream to spawn. So just keep that in mind. All right, Amazon. We are in Amazon, and it's looking pretty good. We might be looking at a secondary entry here. We might want to go in on this again. So I'm putting this down. We're going to take a look at it for a 20 delta today. All right, Boeing. Yes, we have 20 delta confirmation on Boeing here. Didn't do anything with it yesterday. Only really had time to look at the price line. One is finishing up that outside work that I've been telling you about, plus the grandkids didn't have school yesterday, so we had to entertain them for the day. They pretty much entertain themselves now that they're a little bit older, but we had fun. Played a little football outside and played a little Madden on the Wii U. That was kind of fun. There's 3 of us against the computer. That was, I didn't know you could do that, and that was kind of interesting. But anyway, putting this down, still good as a 20 delta for today. Let's take a look at BIDU, which we are looking to do a 50 delta bull put. Oh, here we go again. All right, we're back. We were on BIDU, I believe. BIDU is approaching a very nice looking setup here. Even if we get a hook here, I might do a 20 delta. So I'm going to put them down as a 20 delta for today. But if it continues down and dips below this line, then it's eligible for a 50 delta. Moving right along, Chipotle recently re-added to the A+ list. A little bit confusing here because we have the 20 EMA trying to cross the 50, and on the weekly we have it just starting to maybe tip over. A little bit confused about this, so I'm just going to kind of leave this one alone for right now, if you don't mind. I think we're going to have plenty of candidates this week, so we can be very choosy. Alright, Costco, still consolidating. Not very much interested in doing anything there either. Let's take a look at the Dow. Alright, it wasn't all that bad of a day yet, and it's not all that bad of a week yet. So let's see where we get carried as far as the Dow is concerned. Gold, we have a little bit of a bump going on here, which we forgot to take a look at gold. And gold is at 12.27 and oil at 91.23. I noticed gas prices went down a little bit finally. Anyway, we're probably going to get a little bump on gold today as well. Let's move on to Google. Google's trying to give us a setup here. It's a little bit confusing with between the 20 and the 50 here. A little bit more of an impulse up or down in either direction would help us to determine what exactly is going on here with Google. We may have what appears to be a double top on the weekly. You could think about maybe doing a 20 delta on this right now with a bear call, but I'm not going to. Like I said, it would be a little tad risky and outside of any of our rules. All right, LinkedIn, we are calling this a new downtrend, but not established yet, really, until we'll look at let me go over here in the weekly and we look at the 50. I didn't notice this before. This is pretty interesting. An impulse up with this 20 EMA continuing down, and we're going to jump in on a bear call on that. NDX. All right, we are eligible for a bull put. So I have to put it down for 20 delta. I haven't been real successful with NDX this year so far. Going back and looking at buy symbol trades. So we'll see how this one works out. I think mostly I've been doing bear calls on it. So we'll be looking at a bull put here if we get a hookup in the next day or two. Netflix. All right, we're looking at a possible 20 delta here on Netflix for a bull put. Let me look at this a little bit. Let me gaze upon this a tad longer. We have a flat 50 here, and the 20 is definitely coming down and wants to mate with it. So I'll put it down, but I'm not sure that I'm going to do anything about it. I think that there's potentially other candidates, especially on the bear call side, that I would be more interested in today than anything on the bullish side. All right, here's Priceline. We got into it yesterday basically on this candle here. And it was looking pretty good for a while, and then towards the end of the day, it's a small rally, I guess you could call it. If we were to take a look at today on the trade tab and take a look at the bid-ask spread, so if we rounded these off to like 145 or 45 and 70, 45, 55, 60, 60. So it looks like there's possibility to open at 1160. But we're not going to worry about it either way, and here's why. Get out of there. We have a exact 50, 1-to-1. This is 500 and this is 500. So we're a 1-to-1 here. I'm just going to let it play out and see what becomes of it. All right, back to charts. So we're going to let this play out. It's picture perfect, so I'm not going to panic. We probably still have a day or two left on this move. So we'll let it play out. Okay, I didn't do anything on Russell yesterday because it just ran away from me. You know, this very first candle here, I'm thinking, I just can't do anything on that. So I'm going to take a pass on it. We'll wait for the next one. So we'll drag this one over. Okay. I didn't want to chase it. I felt like as though I was chasing. So we'll wait for the next opportunity. We were looking for a 20 delta right now on SPX. And that would be in the bull put category. Probably won't get it today. Alright, something's going on. There must be a scan going on in the background on my laptop because the fan just is screaming right now. I don't know, Malware Bytes, I think, does a scan right about now. Alright, next up is Tesla. Tesla, we have conflicts between the 20 and the 50. Looks like we're rolling over here. A pattern that looks very familiar. So we're going to stay away from Tesla. We have plenty to take a look at for today. And Visa's, again, way too choppy to think about doing anything there. Alright, so that's it for today. Looking at the futures, we're still looking down. And it is 6 o'clock Eastern Time. So, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.